by our long-term observers out in the fields was a very high level of seats that went unopposed. At least 30% of the areas that we observed had at least one seat with no opposition, which had an impact on, in some of those areas, on political engagement of voters. Although we have a very high turnout on election day, at a level on the ground with voters, there was some apathy that was seen and resignation even due to those issues. And this is partly, as we noticed, due to endemic issues in terms of the power of entrenched political families and dynastic politics. So looking at some data that you might have seen from PCIJ, Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, they note that 36 out of 54 of the current party list members in this Congress, or in the Congress up until this election, have links to political families. And also note that half of the 156 party list groups standing also have some links to political families. And we noted that this has an effect on the plurality of choice for voters. As I mentioned, it's seen as an endemic issue and one that there is some resignation towards, despite observing, some areas of hopefulness with challenges to these entrenched powers, and also some candidates who were standing directly in opposition to some of these issues. And really, this has been a case, especially in the party list, since the 2013 High Court ruling. I'm sure everyone is aware of the fact that there is an ongoing discussion around dynastic politics in this country, and it's obviously something that will not necessarily change overnight. But the elections this year in Bangsamoro in October and the Barangay and SK elections in December will be an important test as well of these issues, looking at the Bangsamoro electoral law, which has specific bans on dynasties, and also the SK reform law from 2015, which includes similar provisions. It means that this year, for some of these issues, it will be really important for COMELEC and also the Congress to really look in depth at the legislation around this and to highlight issues, to learn from elections, and to continue this momentum and this learning in this, I think we called it a super election year for the Philippines. It's pretty unique in that we're going to have 3 elections this year for the Philippines, so plenty of opportunity for learning, and we encourage in this area that people continue to look. And there's great work being done by some of our civil society partners, by PCIJ, but also by Lente, PPCRV, ANFREL, and others. And it's, of course, thanks to them that a lot of this work continues as well. But nonetheless, COMELEC and the Congress should continue to look at this area.
Thank you so much.